the field, and 2 of them are going to go down. So good job there by Stork, nixing that attempt at a harassment. But UpMagic is now moving out, and UpMagic has quite a few tanks, so he may be able to mount an effective push here. Stork scouted it out with his observer, so he'll know that he has to get forces out as quickly as possible. Single Zealot running out and getting killed, that's sort of sloppy by Stork. Stork has quite a few Dragoons though, one of them goes down there. So Stork is letting his forces get whittled away a little bit. But he may be able to force this push back. We'll see. 2 more tanks coming up for UpMagic. So now the tanks have been caught on siege, but Stork isn't able to capitalize on it. He's forced to pull back. And oh, he lets his Dragoons stay in siege range a little bit too long and takes some damage on them. Now he's moving around the side and he's got a shuttle with him. We'll see if that shuttle has a Reaver in it or if it just has Zealots to drop on tanks. And he's clearing out those mines. UpMagic will know now that this force is coming in behind him. But I'm not sure what he'll do. We'll see if he presses in or if he decides to go back to hold off Stork's attack. And he is pressing in. And Stork has very little at his base to defend. So we'll see. UpMagic doesn't have a whole lot either. But now UpMagic's siege to that position on top of Stork's ramp. UpMagic putting down a lot of mines, but that's not going to stop those vultures unless the Observer goes down. The Observer does go down, so that's bad for Stork. Stork's also going to lose his expansion, so Stork's in some trouble here. 5 or 6 tanks sieged on top of his ridge, so Stork's not in a good position. He does drop the Reaver though. The Reaver is going down. SCV's trying to kill it. Well, he doesn't target those SCVs, so that's strange. He does now and kills about 4 of them. Vultures attacking that Reaver. This game is just crazy. Now there's another Reaver on the ground, and those unsieged tanks may be vulnerable to Reaver fire. We'll see. They're pulling back a little bit, and they're going to siege up right below the ramp, and they should be able to. 1 tank goes down, but at the cost of a couple of Dragoons. So I'm not sure who's going to come out ahead here. That turret's still up, and Stork's suicides the shuttle in, and the Reaver dies too, but takes out a few SCVs. Also, at the cost of the Dragoons, Stork's attacks has been almost completely repelled here. 2 very badly damaged Dragoons versus now 4 tanks on the ground, sieged up in front of Stork's base. So Stork is in quite a bit of trouble here. We'll see what he can do. And UpMagic is pulling back the 1 tank that was still on the low ground there. I guess the Dragoon pushed in and got killed. Stork's putting down another gateway to replace one that went down there. Still 3 tanks in position, and another shuttle of Stork's is now out. UpMagic's pumping tanks, so we should be able to force those 2 Dragoons away. Yeah, they're both going to go down. Well, UpMagic's economy has been damaged a little bit, so that'll put him slightly behind. And as the Korean commentators are pointing out, he's not mining gas at the moment, so I'm not sure why that is. Maybe he just wants to get a lot of vultures out quickly. But his force at the top of the ramp has been pushed back. I don't know why he fell back there. He had 3 tanks, which probably could have taken out this little force that Stork's is pushing out. But he's allowed Stork onto the top of the ramp now. And Stork has 3 Dragoons left after losing that 1 to mines. 4 Dragoons now. 5. And that barracks may or may not go down. 3 tanks and 2 vultures pushing up for UpMagic. We'll see what UpMagic does. If he lets those tanks get caught in transition, that'll be bad for him. They fall back successfully and Stork's forced to retreat. But now a Reaver's out. No, well, we'll see where that shuttle is. If Stork can get the Reaver into the shuttle. And now the Dragoons are pressing out. They do take out a tank, but he's lost 3 Dragoons. The Reaver's taking out some vultures, but Stork's pumping quite a few Dragoons. He keeps losing them, but he's got a good number and still no gas being mined for UpMagic. So it looks like he's just going to try to use the tanks he has and supplement them with a lot of vultures. But he's down, I think, to 1 tank. So we'll see. I'm still not sure why he's not mining any gas. He's not going to be able to win this with vultures alone, given that Stork has observers out. He does have quite a few vultures, and that'll at least allow him to hold on to this contain for a little bit, I think. But that's not an easy place to contain, as you saw right there. There's a path up to the north that Stork could probably take if he wanted to get around, and there's not enough tanks to keep the contain solid. Now the shuttle's pushing up, putting a Zealot into it, and he's going around. I'm not sure if UpMagic saw that, but Stork's going to go in for a harass. There's 2 turrets back there, well, 3 turrets. One of them's right above the mineral lines. UpMagic sees this coming. I don't know what he has. I don't think he has Goliaths out at the moment. Single tank there is going to try to drops 2 Zealots and a Reaver, and the tank goes down quickly. Now UpMagic's pushing in. He has a second tank up at the front now, and the turret goes down, and there is a Goliath out, but it's going to go down to that Reaver, I think. Second Goliath popping out. The Reaver is able to take these units out one by one. Meanwhile, UpMagic's pressing in the front. His last tank is going down, though, and those Vultures are not going to be able to take on the Dragoons by themselves. And now the Reaver's in the base. The Reaver is going to be able to have free reign on those SCVs until somebody can get back there. And Vulture's back. First Scarab misses. The Reaver's at low health. It may get taken out by this Vulture, but no, it takes out the Vulture with that Scarab. 2 more Vultures now, and a final Scarab takes out 2 or 3 more SCVs. So all those Vultures are back now, but UpMagic has virtually no economy, and Stork's economy has been untouched this entire game. And it looks too like Stork has this expansion down, so this is bad for UpMagic. UpMagic has virtually no economy, and I think I'll have to GG in just a second when he realizes that Stork has about 5 or 6 times as many probes mining as UpMagic does SCVs. He's going to press in with these Vultures for a last-ditch attempt at an attack, but that Observer is right there to spot those mines, and he's not even going to take out any of those Dragoons, I don't think. Yeah, that attack is going nowhere. 3 more Vultures that probably should have been with that first attack, and another tank, and this force has nothing on Stork. A couple mines going off, taking down 2 Dragoons, but still more Dragoons than UpMagic can possibly handle, and he just doesn't have the economy to pump out of his 3 factories at all. And last tank goes down. Good micro by UpMagic, taking out as many Dragoons as he has with this last force of his, but he can't replenish his force at all. And UpMagic GG's, realizing he's too far behind economically, I think probably because he just saw that expansion of Stork's. So very well played game by both players, but in the end Stork comes out ahead, and he is going to make it 2-1 for Samsung Khan. So Samsung will have a chance to close out in the next game. We'll see how that goes in just a second. This has been Hamilcar. Bye-bye.